Practicing scales is such an essential part of any musician's life. And the cool thing about playing and practicing scales is the fact that there is essentially no rules on how we should approach them. In fact, we can learn the music theory behind the scale, the interval structure, the note choice over the chords, and the chords that comes with the scale. Or we can completely abandon the music theory and just learn where the fingers go and how each note sounds over a given chord. Now in this lesson I'm going to show you how to use both. We're going to play the C major scale in 7 different positions. So we're going to cover the entire fretboard, and then I'm going to show you how to use each position to play a solo. You can do that on any guitar. I'm going to be using the acoustic guitar. You can do that on the electric guitar or the classical guitar. You can also get the backing track and the tab. Just check my Patreon page. Everything is there ready to be downloaded. Now, how do we put the major scale, the C major scale, in this case, in 7 different positions? Well, we're going to play the scale starting from each note of the scale. So if the C major scale is played with the notes C, D, E, F, G, A, and B, we're going to be playing the scale starting from each note. And we're always going to start from the low E string, going all the way up to the top E string. For example, the first position sounds like this. Now I call this position 4 because it starts with the note F, which is the 4th degree of the C major scale. I'm also going to play this scale over the F major chord. So on the backing track, the very first chord is the F. Now we're going to play the notes F, G, and A on fret 1, 3, and 5. Then we have fret 2, 3, and 5. 2, 3, and 5. 2, 4, and 5. 3, 5. 1, 3, and 5. And then we'll go all the way back. Now the next position is the position 5 because it starts with the note G, which is the 5th degree of the C major scale, and we're gonna play it like this. So we have the fret number 3, 5, and 7, 3, 5, and 7, 3, 5, and 7. It's kind of a stretchy position. Then the fret number 4, 5, and 7, 5, and 6, and 3, 5, and 7. The chord that we are playing over this scale shape is the G major chord. Next position is position 6. Starts with the note A, which is the 6th degree of the C major scale. And it's pretty cool. It's kind of less stretchy than position 5. So I have the fret number 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8. 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 5, 6, 8, and 5, 7, 8. And the chord that I'm using is the A minor chord. Position number 7, we start with the note B, the 7th degree of the C major scale. And we have 7, 8, 10, 7, 8, 10. This is pretty easy shape. 7, 9, 10, 7, 9, 10, 8, 10, 7, 8, 10. And on this scale shape, I'm using the B diminished chord. But I can also use the G over B, which is less dramatic and a little bit more easy to play over the backing track. The position number 1, obviously, it starts with the note C, which is the root note. And we have the fret number 8, 10, 12, 8, 10, 12, 9, 10, 12, 9, 10, 12, 10, 12, and 8, 10, 12. The chord that I'm using here is the C major chord. The next position, position number 2, starts with the second degree of the C major scale, which is the note D. So we call it position 2, and we have so we're playing the fret number 10, 12, and 13, 10, 12, 14, 10, 12, 14, 10, 12, 14, 12, 13, 10, 12, and 13. And a D minor chord. And the position 3, which is the last one, is going to be played starting with the note E. We're going to play the E minor chord. And this is pretty, friendly shape. 12, 13, 14, 12, 14, 15, 12, 14, 15, 12, 14, 12, 13, 15. So it's 12, 13, 15, 12, 13, 15. Now it's really important that we understand how to play the scale along with the backing track. Each position is going to be played straight from the beginning to the end. So we're going to start with the lowest note. For example, the position 4 starts with the note F, and we're going to go all the way up to the note A. Once we reach the note A, which is the highest note for this position, we're just gonna go back to the fret number 3, 1, and we keep going down with the same scale. So we're not going to double play the top note. Now the position ends not on the first note, but on the second note. So the position 4 starts with the note F and finish with the note G, which is the second note on the fret number 3. Now the note G is also the first note that we're gonna play in position 5. And so we're gonna play the last note with the second finger, just like we learned it like in position 4. But then I'm gonna play the same note with the first finger, which will be the first note of the position 5. When I do it slowly, I'll show you. Position 5. Position 6. Now I'm gonna play it with the backing track. We can also play the C major scale over one chord, so we don't necessarily have to assign a chord to each position and play the same chord on each position. Absolutely not. In fact, in the next example, I'm gonna play just one chord, the D minor 9 chord. Now the D minor chord is the chord built on the second degree of the C major scale, the C major key. But to give it a little bit more color, we're just gonna play, rather than the D minor like this, just the D minor 9. And you will see how the sound is completely different, even though we're still playing the same scale. The goal here is to use this backing track to actually play some musical ideas. So I'm gonna give you an example. You can stick to one position for a while and then move on to the next one, like this. Position 5. Position 6. Seven. And 8. And 2. And 3. So this is how we can use the major scale to practice and improve your technique, so we can use it mechanically. But we can also use it melodically to write a solo, play and improvise a solo. You can use the backing tracks. Make sure that you use the first one if you want to approach the scale mechanically and you want to learn the 7th position and play the scale up and down in 7 different positions. And you can use the second backing track, the modal backing track with D minor 9 chord, to help you with your musicality. You can use all the notes from the C major scale. It's kind of a pretty cool backing track, so I hope you like it. Let me know if you like the lesson, and make sure that you keep playing, keep practicing the scales, guys. They're really, really important. So don't give up too soon. I know that it's difficult. Take your time, focus on one position, and then move on to the next one when you feel ready. Now I'm gonna leave you to practice this, and I'll see you next time for another lesson.